I gotta change this thing real quick because I know it's gonna come out the sound. So I need to get rid of this part real quick and turn that down. Hopefully the sound still comes out right. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy FRE, $ H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. Gotta get a better angle. The sun is loud, or bright rather. That's TheFlyBoy. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. Oh, thicker than a snicker, boy. I love my city, boy. Love my city. In the city. Let me clean that a little bit. Looking at the sun is right behind me, y'all. So you're gonna have to bear with me for a little bit. I'm gonna take a ride through my city. We're just leaving Cityplex in Newark. I just watched Beetlejuice, the new one, and welcome to Jeep Talks episode. I'm not sure if it's 32 or 33, but that's just gonna go with Jeep Talk episode 33. If all you have is money, what do you really have? Now, shout out to the homie Sin City. We had a great epic live. I hope he leaves the live up. It doesn't put it behind membership because I think there were a lot of gems dropped in that live from everybody, and I think those conversations are important for us to have. So if you guys haven't already, go to Sin City page and check out the live. One thing I got partially from that and just thinking about stuff is that, unfortunately, yes, I understand fully that we live in a world where capitalism is going to be the ruler. Capitalism, for those that don't know, is basically how money controls everything, how money controls who's in power, how money controls what type of women you can get, how money controls what type of life you live. And unfortunately, a lot of people, I feel as though, get that confused with living a life that is truly worth living. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, before he passed away, were some of the most wealthiest investors in the world, some of the most wealthiest people in the world, if not the top most wealthiest people in the world. But when you look at their life and you see it from an outside lens, are you willing to work your entire life for the money, for the dollar, for the yen, for the ruble, for the peso, for whatever? We can take a little ride through the city. I ain't renting a rush to get back home yet. Are you willing to spend your entire life and base everything on how much money you make, or base everything on how much property you attain? I feel as though, for me, I would never do that. I understand I understand the point of having wealth. I believe in generational wealth. I believe in regular wealth. But what makes me different from the super wealthy people in the mentality section is that I know what's enough for me. And for me, I also know that time and experiences are more important, because you can always make more money, but you can never get back time. You can never get back time. And you can never change the fact that you didn't experience something in the time that you wanted to. A lot of people would say, yo, I'm happy. Like, for example, we got, now maybe Oprah wouldn't be the best thing because from what I understand, she couldn't have kids. But there are a lot of people who are extremely, exorbitantly wealthy, right? And for some reason, they feel as though because they're exorbitantly wealthy or they're well off, they can either talk down on the people who chose to take another way, or they feel as though that wealth makes up for the fact that they didn't get a chance to experience raising a child, or they didn't get a chance to experience traveling the world, or they didn't get a chance to experience teaching people through your life or through your methods how they can find their happiness the way you found your happiness. I feel like a lot of people that, and I know you'll see a lot of people that are wealthy and they pass away. They'll self-delete themselves. They'll do a lot of other stuff because they spent their entire life trying to build wealth and not trying to find happiness. I'm gonna shout you guys out in the room real quick, and then we'll get back to it, y'all. There's gonna be some music in the background because we riding through the city. We in the city of New York on a Sunday. It's more calm. Riding past the police headquarters, so I'm not gonna be touching this phone for too long. James, what up? What up? What up? Romy Rome in the building. Barks, what it do? What it do? Ellis, what's up? What's up? Handle yourself great last night. Listen, man. All I do is I try to give my perspective. I understand that my perspective is not going to be right for everyone, but I feel as though if we are going to have a debate on something, or just discussing, I think all these discussions are needed because my way is not the way for everybody. But I do think that if we're going to have a debate on something, there has to be a borderline of what is a factual thing and build from the factual into interpretation. And I think sometimes that gets misconstrued with a lot of people. Chicken Burrito, what it do? What it do? Welcome back, Nick. Hey, Nick, I know Nick got the craziest hangover ever. Nick was body last night. I know Nick got a crazy hangover, man. What's going on, Majik? Warren Buffett put his boy on. See, that's another thing that I like the concept of putting the people on. As again, when you're building wealth, I like the concept of putting your homies on. But that's just one aspect of it. When you put people on that have no relation to you, or show people a way that it doesn't benefit you, like they're not paying me for a consultation, or they're not paying me to give them information about something, I think it's a more pure experience that you get, and a more pure feeling. Well, at least for me, I can't say you. For me, it's more of a pure feeling when I know I'm giving someone some kind of, I don't want to just say help, but some kind of advice or some kind of knowledge from the experience I've had in life for free, para gratis. Because you don't get that genuine type of help from most people. You don't get that genuine type of, oh my God, they're really just helping me because they want to help me, not because I'm charging them money, or not because I'm hitting a like button or sending a donation or something like that. Like just a genuine, and you, if you was on the live, I defended to the core the right for people to fundraise. I defended to the core for the right for people to try to make any type of living they can, because anybody that finds a way is better than just sitting there doing nothing. But for me personally, I believe that even though I know the worth of my content, I know the worth of the knowledge, pause, that I bring to the table. What makes it even worth more is when you give it away for free and it's priceless. But that only comes when you know you have the wealth that you don't have to worry about where it's coming from. That only works when you're not concerned about making a dollar. And this doesn't make a person better or worth. It's just a different perspective. Put your people on. Word to Eastside. What's going on, Riley? Murder Two Ways says most Americans work the majority of their lives, even after retirement. See, the biggest thing is that the school system in the United States has, I don't want to say brainwash. Let's use it, because when you say brainwash, people think of a conspiracy theorist. The school system in the United States has and currently still programs people to having, oh, she's twins? Damn. It programs people to having this mindset where you should feel comfortable and happy with working your whole entire life for money. The only reason why I am even still working is because I decided that my son would be better off living with me than living with his mother, because I can teach him more as a man than what I feel his mother can, and I provide a more stable home. Other than that, I could literally pay child support, I could literally send my son's mother money, because my daughter's mother, she's already right, and my daughter, she's alright. I could literally just do that and go retire and go live somewhere, and they'll be getting $700-800 a month. But I feel as though the lessons that I teach are more important, and that's why my son lives with me. Now, that is a different reason for wanting to continue work than someone just continuing work simply because they've been programmed to believe that if you're not working, if you're not making money, then you're not doing anything and you're going to pass away faster. See, the point of life to me, one of the points of life is to live. And during the course of life, it's your responsibility not just to accumulate the wealth you need to do it, but it is your responsibility to find out what you can do that. Hey, hold on, I'm not sure real quick. Oh, 1 second, y'all. They out here, they outside. My fault. I just want to show you my city. All right, so the point of life is that during life, what you should be doing is you should be learning what makes you happy, what truly makes you happy. I know people will say, well, working makes me happy. But I feel as though in those situations, those people they haven't been able to fight the program that has indoctrinated them in high school, in elementary school, in college, or wherever they went, in trade school, that said, hey, you should find pride in working for someone else. Like that's something that us here in the United States, and the only reason why I have this mindset that's so far different is because I've traveled and I've seen people from other countries with a completely different mindset about what life is and should be. A lot of immigrants will come here to the United States, but they'll come here with the mindset understanding that, hey, I'm going to the United States to make money, but I'm going to send it back to my country so I can have the life that I want to live without having to work every day for it. That's just how it normally is. A lot of them work to a certain point and that's it. But we're getting to the place in the United States now where people are going to be working forever. People are just literally going to be working forever. And the reason why is not even necessarily because they need the money to survive. Mentally, it's becoming very difficult for the people to break. Shout out to LeBron James. LeBron James is hands down the best basketball player that's ever lived. Most points, most assists. I don't care if you want to say he don't have the most rings. He still has the most points, most assists, most rebounds. He's the best. He's at the top by numbers. He's at the top. Maybe he's not the most selling because, of course, Jordan sneakers sell more. I got some J's on my feet right now. But when you look at it from the outside looking in, damn, Bron, I know you love basketball, but are you going to continue to play your entire life of basketball and not know what it is to actually live? I mean, as far as outside of basketball, to get maybe a look into it, like, hey, maybe if I see what it's like going to a village and seeing how that is to move, maybe it is learning a different language or something I want to add to it. Now, there's nothing wrong with having that passion. That passion is needed if you want to succeed and want to be the greatest. Everybody, the greatest thing is right, but if you want to be that, you need that passion. But we've been programmed to only see one way of living for so long that when somebody like myself or somebody else says, hey, you've been a basketball player all your life, why you never try football? Why you never tried becoming a YouTube content creator? Why you never tried becoming a world traveler? That seems to the people that are programmed like a wild thought. And I think that all leans on the fact that we've been programmed to believe that money is everything. Money is everything. Trust and believe again. If you're watching this, we're on Jeep episode, I believe, Jeep episode 33. If all you have is money, what do you really have? I mean, you can't take it with you. I understand the concept of wanting to get married. To me, I understand everybody. I think it's good that people are showing the marriage lifestyle. I also think it's good that people like me understand the statistics behind marriage in the United States. But I also like when I see people going overseas and showing the marriage lifestyle as well, working for them. I think every aspect is needed to know. But if all you have is money, what do you really have? Love? Well, love comes and goes. I mean, if you want to look at statistics, about 53 to 58% of marriages in the United States end in divorce. So I guess that means that love is over. So you have like a 53% chance, a flip of a coin, to figure out, and it's less than the flip of a coin actually, to figure out if love is going to last your whole entire time. Okay. Money. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, but if you're not doing anything with it but making more money, then you're stuck in a cycle. Now experiences, interactions, who you helped, that I think is priceless. I think that is what I personally, that's why I know I can, and I'm gonna get y'all comments. That's what I know I can go into my grave at any time and say, yo, I know the Black Man's Guide changed people's lives. Regardless if YouTube took the video, the biggest one down, regardless of if some people thought it was all about tricking, or some people thought it was all about touristic stuff, it changed people's lives for the better. My videos changed people's lives. Showing my life changed people's lives. Me going out to different countries and taking women on trips that they most likely couldn't ever afford, or it was their first experience, like taking a woman parasailing or paragliding. It's amazing to know that you brought something to somebody who wouldn't normally be able to get that. And I don't think that everyone's going to feel the same way I do about that aspect of helping others. And maybe that's just maybe that's just a me thing. I could be wrong. Maybe that's just a me thing. But I just, after obtaining the amount of money I have, and coming from not having the money, I just can't see how people can be up in the age and still think that money is the go-to. Like, I got more money that makes my life better, or I got more money that makes my life more important, or I got more money that makes my life more of a righteous way to live. Of course, you need a certain standard of money, but once you fall between the standard of money and the money up here, I think, who said it? 50 Cent just said that. He said, yo, I'm not in a rush to be a billionaire. You know why I'm not in a rush to be a billionaire? Because I can get everything I want. I can get everything I want. Man, I just hope that a lot of people get that feeling someday, y'all. Because that feeling is crazy. It feeling is amazing. I think this might have been broke, y'all. Yeah, I think that a lot of people like, I can never, and this is just talking about me, I can never let money change who I am, because I understand that character to me is more important than money. I'm guessing it's the way that I was raised, but I was raised to not judge someone based on, and this could be because not only how I was raised, but where I was raised in an urban environment, where I was raised not to judge someone because they were a drug dealer, because I don't know what they had to go through to get to where they had to survive. I was raised not to judge someone or look down on someone who was out on the streets selling a box. I don't know how YouTube would say it. Who was out on the streets selling a box to try to bring home money for their children. because I don't know what lifestyle they had bringing up. I don't know if they had a silver plate and just messed it up, or I don't know if uh, they got it out the mud. I don't know. So for me to just judge that on first sight, I mean, I was never raised to think like that. So it's difficult for me sometimes to have conversations with people who was raised in a way where that makes sense. Um, so it's difficult sometimes to say, hey, like you don't like, you're telling me you was raised with a mother and father, and they were hustlers, they was business people, they taught you ways to gather money and do stuff like that, and then you look down on somebody who, or talk bad on somebody doing something that may not have a mother or father, who might have been grown in an orphanage, who might have had gone through some stuff as a kid, who may not have been had the chance to go to a Catholic school or private school or charter school to get the education to understand the world the way that a lot of us have that speak thoroughly. If all you got is money, what do you really have? Because character is something that you can build. It's something that it doesn't cost to build. You build it through the experiences in your life and the choices you make. Anybody can get money. And what you do doesn't technically define your character. It depends on your situation. But how you think and how you move, that definitely defines your character. So I don't get it, because what's going on, man? I don't get it, but I mean, to each his own, because I can't fathom knocking somebody for whatever way they found a way to survive in this world, especially somebody that's somebody black, or somebody of maybe a minority, but definitely somebody black in the United States. I can't, because we've been through too much. We've been through way too much. Let me see. I think this thing is stuck real quick, y'all. I just can't. Again, everyone has their own. Everyone has their own opinion of what matters the most, and I will never say that someone's opinion or perspective is incorrect. That's why when people say, yo, there's a wrong and a right way, there's never really a wrong and a right way for anything. But when you decide a way to follow, if it's based on something that's easily obtainable like money, then your way is it can be manipulated so much that how can it be a solid way to follow? It's not wrong, it's not right, but yeah, I think consistency is everything, y'all. I think staying consistent with the way you are, like not changing because you make a lot of money now. I am the same person now as a millionaire who's driving through my city with my top down. Just came back from 4 different trips in the last 5 months, I think. 5 months, 4 different trips. Pays $900 and $940 a month for his son's school. Owns houses, gets rent. I'm the same person I was when I was rocking Olis that didn't have name brand on them in school. Same person. Yes, I may be more skilled at the way I think and the things I do, but the character is still the same person. But if you're willing to change your character for money, it's tough. It's a tough thought, y'all. It's a tough thought that if money, something so easily obtainable, something of abundance, can change your process of thought of who your character is. I don't know, y'all. Just having a nice little Jeep talk with y'all. If you just walking in the room, this is Jeep Talk, and for some reason I can't even see all your messages. This is Jeep Talk, episode 33. If all you got is money, what do you really have? We almost home now, so I'll end it when we get home. What's going on, Lindsay? Murder 2 Ways. What up? Let me see. So Now that we got that out, let's just chit chat. You guys got any questions? We got about like 10 minutes before we get back to the crib. Um, I actually I was on Tinder and I was talking to this nice Dominican woman, and she wants to hang out tonight. I want to hang out tonight, but the times conflict. Where like she drops her daughter off at like one time, and I pick my son up at one time. It's like an hour difference, so I'm going to try and maybe meet her within that hour difference, and maybe you guys will get to see that on the community tab or something like that. That's gonna be a cool experience. I think she's been over here for about like 2 or 3 years or something like that. But she's attractive, little brown skin Joe. I like my chocolate lattes. And then we got this Ghana trip coming up. Oh, matter of fact, before Ghana, we're going to DC. If you guys haven't heard already, my brother decided that for his birthday this year, he wants to drive down to DC. So we're taking Ruby. We might even do a Jeep talk for 4 hours, or for 5 hours as we drive down to DC. I've been hitting Tinder up. I've been getting some connections. Like 2 or 3 women said they're cool with hanging out once I get there. It's a long time because it's on the. I gotta wonder if I gotta pick up rent. Hold on a second. It's on the. It's actually on the weekend of the 11th of October that we're going to DC. So you guys will get a chance to see your boy FRE$H Fresh in DC. I ain't been to DC. I just checked the video. I haven't been to DC in like 12 years. And it's gonna be a great experience. We can blow a little bit of a bag, maybe something like $200 a night. We got a nice Airbnb, and hopefully I can get some snacks down there. I don't know if it's gonna be possible to get some snacks in DC just that quick, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll definitely see what we can do. Beautiful day to go for a ride, man. Beautiful day. Oh wow, it's not even doing that right. So I know a lot of you guys are probably leaving comments and stuff, but I can't see all the comments because I think it's lagged up or something. You don't gotta run, I got you. But this Ghana trip gonna be something different. Right now, I'm having a little issue because my daughter's mother told me to book. It's taking through this place called Cheapo Air or something like that, and they're having a problem because Ethiopian Airlines changed the flight and they can't get in touch with them. I might have to cancel out the flight and then pay for something more expensive. Sucks, but definitely got to get down there, man. Definitely got to get down there. All right. Let me see. Almost missed that one. 1 second, y'all got a part. I'll go pick up my little man later, but I don't feel like leaving this out on the street. I might actually go. I don't know. I kind of want to have a game day, but I don't want to mess up the video I just dropped. If you guys haven't already, I dropped a video getting robbed in Medellin. My first time ever seeing a person actually get robbed and seeing the whole process. In Colombia, at least. I mean, it was so avoidable, but I think that even though the video is very detailed, I think a lot of people can learn from some of the mistakes. I mean, even though the video is kind of like crazy that somebody got robbed, a lot of people can learn from the details that I gave y'all. Oh my God, that's my Tinder right there. Hold on a second, I gotta go pick a rent. We just pulled in, now we're paused, and now we're about to pull back out, y'all. Damn, I wish this live was the one that actually worked because I can't see these comments now. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta figure this out because I gotta go pick up my rent, and I want to make sure I can see y'all. I want to make sure I can see y'all comments. What the heck? Why can't I see the comments? I'm getting ready to pick up this rent. All messages. There we go. Oh, I see it now. My fault, everybody. I see y'all. I see y'all. Damn. I got it. I got it. I got it working now, y'all. Um, damn, this is crazy. This is crazy, yo. Yo, I just been talking, bruh. God, this is crazy. I just got this junk now. All y'all comments popped up. Y'all had the comments while I was talking. My fault, y'all. I keep Jenkins. I see you. Shout you, man. All right, here we go. All right, Roman Rome. Blake, put your people on. Yeah, got that part. Lindsay, that's the last one. Riley Joe said Flyboy was hit by shrapnel and felt attacked for no reason. Had me weak. Duh. I don't. I don't like. I didn't really feel attacked. I mean, I didn't really feel attacked. I just felt like I was watching everybody go at each other, and I'm like, God damn, I can't believe it was like in my face. Like I'm like, damn, everybody, nobody else, I guess got it. But when people were saying certain things, it's like, it's this way. And then we're gonna talk because we got time. When someone says something, and you know how someone else is going to react to it, and you're sitting there like, I probably wouldn't. I mean, it's not my place. It's not my place to speak on something. It got to a point where I gotta say something. But again, everyone's allowed to have their own mind. I'm damn sure not gonna tell no grown man what not to say about somebody else, especially if it's not on my channel. But yeah, I think that conversation. I wish that some other people would have been in that conversation as well. But I really think that conversation is necessary to have, because if we don't have that conversation, then there's always a tick and tack, people going at each other. But once we have that conversation once, I don't think that we have to keep having that conversation. Let me see. Thea, what's going on? Professional Flyboy driving out. Shout out to Mitchell Wishing in the building. What's up? What up? What up? Shano says some bros can't have a discussion, man. Just crazy. I don't know. I think it was Trey Poppy or Charlie B outside said something that I was like, I wanted to get to, but it wasn't no chance for me to talk about this when everybody else was talking and going crazy. A lot of times when I say stuff without it being towards anyone, and just like somebody said in the chat, the shoe fits, people wear it. I never direct anything at anybody, because I think directing something at somebody is a negative trait for me, and it doesn't get to the point of you having a different idea of what they're doing versus the person to person. So if I say something like, I can't respect somebody who doesn't show their face, it's because in reality, if you're going to hide your face when you're saying something in a matter of discussion of purpose, that means that I can't believe that you stand on what you're saying. Because if you don't stand on what you're saying, then you could just be saying anything for attention. And to me, if like some people, they'll talk, I'll see them with their full face all the time, and then for a second they'll go without their face. But when people make strong points or that strong feelings about stuff, and you don't show your face, it gives a lack of accountability for your actions. So that's why whenever you guys see me talk, y'all see me face to face, because I want you guys to know that I stand by these words I speak. I stand by the things that I'm doing. And that's more important to me than just saying something that it might even make sense. That crazy hangover still got 3 points. Wait, that's crazy. A hangover and got 3 miles in this morning. Roman Rome says, I'm not leaving none. Any insurance money when I go. I'm not married. I have no kids. They get it like I got it out the mud. Work hard, no free hands. See, here's the thing about that, though, Roman Rome. And here's the conversation we're going to have about that, Roman Rome. The issue is, in the past, that would work. But first, as black people, as people who've grown in poverty, if your family has not done something for you and your siblings and your other generations to prosper in these next couple years, it may be unlikely. For example, in Europe, I think about 71% of people rent where they live. I think, I wish I could be, I could probably be wrong. So let's say a little bit lower. 60-something% of people in Europe rent where they live. That means only 40% of people actually own something in Europe. Do you know how it got that way? It got that way because eventually the people who had money kept buying up everything. They kept buying up everything. And eventually the families who didn't have money, they became renters. And they passed down the same bad generational curse that they had to their other siblings. So for me, I don't believe in leaving your children everything. As far as, I don't want to leave my son or my daughter $1 billion in a bunch of different houses. But you have to have a certain basis now of what you can leave them, so that they don't end up in this cycle of being in poverty for generations and generations to come. And that's something that's been all around the world. The United States, and I tell people this all the time, the United States is the last place on earth where you can go from here to here without having a family or somebody in between to give you the money to go there. You can hit a lick on the lottery. Rarely, but yeah. You can hit a lick on YouTube. You can hit a lick on Instagram, TikTok. You can hit a lick and as a basketball player and take it up here. But you can also drop back down. You can also drop back down. So it is, I feel as though it's my responsibility for my kids, for my children, to not only teach them how to maintain and acquire what I've acquired, but also to leave them at least a base amount of money or a base amount of wealth that they can build from or at least sustain. Because if you don't leave them that wealth, then your kids are going to be just like the 64 to 70% of people in London or in Europe who go straight to work every day, or in Russia or in China. It's actually higher in China, who go to work every day, come home, get 2 hours of sleep, 1 hour, get 2 hours with their kids, 4 hours of sleep, and then turn back around to go to work every day, cycle over and over again. You gotta beat the cycle, y'all. If you want to be different, shout out to Ice City. If you want to be different, be different. If you want to be the same, be the same. But like, the only thing that's going to change that in this future is wealth and mentality. So yeah. Keith Jenkins, salute. What's going on, man? Pascal says, bonjour. Comment allez-vous? It's I'm driving, so I'm trying to look at the phone all the time. Chicken Burrito says, oh yeah. Oh, shout out to my brother Mel in the building, man. I was just talking about you, Mel. I know I just started seeing all the messages in the chat. Going to pick up some rent now. So luckily, I had to go pick up this rent because now I'm able to see the messages. Hey Walker, what's going on? Walker says, why are you still streaming? I mean, you do you, but if you're trying to get fame, you might want to do something other than sitting there like a fool. Me personally, I never try to get famous. Like, the whole thing is, I got known because I created something. And this is how most millionaires and billionaires are created. I got known, and I've been on YouTube for 15 years. There's nobody else that's been traveling consistently, putting content out there, traveling as long as I have been. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. And it wasn't until about 2019 when I created something that was needed and helpful, but wasn't created. The Black Man's Guide to World Travel. Before people actually started really seeing what I was doing. Then people went back and watched a lot of other videos, and it was actually able to see what I was doing. And what I was doing is just telling my story and inspiring others. So that is what I guess, quote unquote, would may have made me famous. 1 million view video on long form, 25 million views short, or 27 million views short now, 3.6 million views shorts, a bunch of other million views shorts, like Telly Awards from a contest, over 60 different contests around the world. I went off of my documentary web series again, but none of that means nothing to me in comparison to the fact that I'm changing people's lives to help them find a better way to be happy. Fame is temporary. I told you, we had this conversation before. What's not temporary is once you change somebody's life, their life has changed forever. Their life has changed forever. It's amazing feeling, yo. Mel said my dad worked until he was 75 just because his brain was programmed to. Man, it's so crazy. I know we're going back in the conversation with the programming and stuff, but I'm just able to see our messages now, and I know how to look at it. I know how to check it out now. But our generation as millennials are the first generation who was able to break the cycle. And here's the thing. I don't know if we were able to break the cycle because of travel. I don't know, and my brother Mel can attest to this because we broke the cycle. I don't know if we were able to break the cycle because of the internet and the access to knowledge, because before travel, I wouldn't have never known about travel if I would have never seen that Ja Rule video, Holla Holla, where he was in the beach of Brazil, and it opened my mind up to Brazil. And then I seen Snoop Dogg video. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And then I seen City of God, and I was like, yo, I gotta get to Brazil. And that started getting my mind thinking. And this is back in like 2000 and shucks. When did I first travel? I was 24. I'm 40 now, right? So that was 16 years ago. So 16 years minus 24 is 2008. That was 2000. Oh, that's my fault. 2000. Yeah, that's 2008. Yeah, that was 2008. I graduated high school in 2002. In 2008, I finally was able to see the world. Because we think we see the world while we from the United States. We don't see the world here, y'all. I know y'all can't see me that much because the sun is in the way. It's behind me, I mean. But I was able to see the world. And it was through technology. I started on AOL when I was 10 years old. And for me, if it wasn't for technology, I would have no knowledge of anything but the city I grew up in. I'll be a product of my environment. A poem. I'll be a poem. A product of my environment. Crazy, yo. Crazy. And again, I don't blame, and like my brother Mel said, yo, I don't blame the older folks because they didn't know. I don't blame them because they didn't know. They didn't have the access to the World Wide Web. They didn't have the access to traveling unless you was in the military. And if you're in the military, then they brainwash you and not brainwash you. They program you to not see the possibilities. That's why there were so many black soldiers who knew they were being segregated against in the United States. They would go to Germany and they would see a whole world where they don't even care. They would go to these different places and they would see a world where they didn't care or they didn't treat them different because they was black. And then they would come back to the United States and be like, damn, I was actually more free when I was out in the Navy, out in Vietnam or out in Germany than I'm here back in the States. Bro, it's just it's just so much, but I'm just happy we were able to do it now, and that's why I tell my story. That's why I continually push out content every day, bro. Y'all don't understand. People don't understand. I'm not flashy like that. People don't really understand how well off I am, and how I can just say F this and just go do what I want to do. But fighting for that cause. That we now have that chance, and I don't even know how long this chance is going to be, because as you can see, even with YouTube, even with TikTok, a lot of places are cutting back on being able to share inclusive information. There's parts of the world they don't want you to be able to share with everybody because they consider it to be what did they say on my video? They said it was regulated goods. That's the new title that they're starting to put on something when they don't want you to talk about something that it actually happens. It actually happens in certain places, but you don't want me to talk about it. So what you put out there is you say, hey, you can't talk about regulated goods, and talking about regulated goods becomes something that can get your channel taken down. It becomes something that can get your video taken down. But why is talking about something that actually occurs in life a possibility to be taken down because someone else believes it's a bad thing? Someone else believes that it's not, or is it because people understand that in order to educate people, you have to entertain, or you have to make people want to capture you have to be able to capture people's attention. And one thing that captures people's attention really good, or especially guys, is women. So if I'm telling you is a place where you can go and get the top woman you want and not have to beg and not have to struggle to get her, all you gotta do is spend $40, then why would they want me to be able to say that to y'all and give you hope of another way? It's crazy, y'all. Hold on, I gotta call my thing. I'm call my tenant. I'll be right back, y'all. 1 second. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I gotta put this back up again. See, now I know how to do this now. Hey, I know how to do this now. All messages. Chat filters. Let's go to top. DM, give me a second, man. Chat filter, all messages. I'm gonna get y'all messages, y'all. I'll move a little quicker, but give me a second. I gotta real quick. Give me a second. Here you go. No wood running. Hey, yo, what's going on, man? I'm back, y'all. Financial freedom is the only hope. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Now take this to bank and pay some bills. Actually, put some money away because I got my brother trip coming up, so I gotta have some money for DC because I don't want to be in DC looking crazy. But yeah, man, we'll get back to the conversation in a second. What bank do I need to go to? I go to that bank. That's not far. Romy Rome says, "What's going on? Programming is a form of brainwashing." No. Definition wise, I gotta look into that Romy Rome because I think there is a difference between brainwashing and programming. Is it a form of it? Possibly, but I don't quote me because I need to look into the definitions of it. My interpretation might be not be the correct definition enough to distribute with the truth with the balance. I mean, with the differences between those two. Bonjour de Russia. Oh my God, yo, I met this amazingly beautiful Russian woman, but she was like 42, and she's looking for something more serious. But I had a great conversation with her last night. Yeah, I might actually show her beautiful face on the membership. But I wouldn't suggest nobody subscribe to the membership because it's not really going to either probably not going to be up too long, but it's not really anything different but just shorts on there. And that's why I had to hide the black man guys to try to keep them up as long as I can, y'all. Before my website gets up. And remember, my website I create, it will be all free. Again, the website will be free because I don't really believe in putting stuff behind a paywall. But I couldn't risk my channel getting deleted. So yeah, that's that. Shane, what's going on? What's going on? The problem is a lot of people in this world have no patience about investing money. They do not believe in the slow and steady. They mostly believe in get rich schemes. Again, that's part of the programming of the United States. That's part of the programming we had in school, where we believe that everything is supposed to come fast. Pause. It's supposed to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. The average attention span, God damn, the average attention span of a person is like 8 seconds now in the United States. It's never been that low before. So, do I blame? Do I keep putting blame? Yo, wake up. Do I keep putting blame on the programming, or do I try to find another way where I can get the people's attention and educate them on what's what? And that's the route I always take. I always take the, hey, yes, black people have it hard in the United States. Now what? Yes, they're the only way. One of the only ways to get to somebody is to be entertaining. If you're going to try to educate them, now what are you going to do? If if you if you are come from a poor family, you come from a family who didn't have it, or a non-teacher. Now what? Like, yes, I understand that. Yes, we deserve reparations. Are we going to get it? No. Now what? That's the way how I always think to the be. Now what? How can I move on from this point? And I think a lot of people get stuck in the what's right and what's wrong and not what's realistic. Let me see. I'll give this video to the police and take away his license. Well, and where I live, you can talk on the phone as long as you don't do it while you're driving and you're not holding your phone. So, as you can see, I have two hands on the wheel. Let's see. Traveling and my mom being great makes me happy. I mean, I think that's amazing. That is amazing. I try not to put my happiness in a person because I know people change as well as situations change. Hopefully she lives a long time, but if I put my happiness in a person and that person is no longer here, am I not happy anymore? If I put my happiness in a person and that person changes on me, am I not happy anymore? I think that's the way I see things, y'all. Let me see. Let me see, y'all. Lives and cars are back. You hear him? Let me see. Mentuition, what's going on? He said, "Oh, International, what's going on, man?" I didn't like that it was. Wait, shucks, hold on here. I didn't like that it was a low-level conversation yesterday. There's too many trolls in the space that offer zero value. The fact that one called you a e-beggar is an idiot. Here's the thing. The conversation, it was a long conversation, y'all. For one, it was a long conversation. I think the video was like seven hours long. There were parts where it was a great conversation, especially speaking with Bo Rakes, speaking with Sin, and speaking with a couple other brothers that was there. It was a great conversation, but it also was points where it just dragged out to be repetitive, and points where people were entertained by the debauchery, what people call the debauchery. But I think sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not. Sometimes when it's not needed, I'm just keep quiet. But sometimes it's needed because a lot of people's attention span don't want to hear people talking like, on a high tier for too long, and especially if there's no women in the picture. So, I think overall the conversation was needed, and it was definitely overall way more successful as far as getting the message out of different points of views than not. Shano says, you can still work with people and be wealthy later down the road. Just invest early in your working life. Again, I don't know how long that being able to invest in stuff is going to be possible in the United States. There's a lot of changes that people don't understand is really happening. Have you not seen all of the wealthy millionaires and billionaires, multi-billionaires, selling assets, selling their stocks, buying up all the real estate in Florida, making it so that they're buying up regular houses and renting them out to people. Nothing like this has happened before, where there's been this much of a wealth transfer, where in the last 4 to 8 years, 4 to 7 years, 4 to 8 years, it has been the biggest wealth transfer from, and I'm not talking about ethnicity or race, I'm talking about the biggest wealth transfer from poor or people of poverty and people of middle class to wealthy people. It's been no other time within a decade, within a 7-year period, where there's been this much of a wealth transfer between the poverty, the middle class, going to the 1%. And if you guys think that there's nothing going on behind the scenes with that, I think a lot of people are in store for a long ride, a long ride. I posted some videos because of the conversation yesterday, and I know a lot of people, they don't watch all the videos. I don't blame them. I posted some videos of when I bought my second house. I posted some videos before I bought my condo talking about what would be happening in the near future. Everything I said, interest rates is going to go sky high and people are not going to be able to get loans. House prices are going to go sky high. Everything I said 4 years ago, 6 to 4 years ago, has become true now. It's true now. And I literally shared the post on my community tab of the videos. If you watch those videos and you see what we're going through now, I'm speaking exactly on it. So when I speak on what I think is going to happen in the future, is it guaranteed that it's going to happen? No. But there is a big likelihood that if it doesn't happen, something similar to it is going to happen. Now, what you're going to do about it, it's up on you. It's up to you, y'all. Rome. I can see how working makes some people happy. Maybe the money they make from working makes them happy. Working makes people happy because they're comfortable. People are happy when you're comfortable. The programming of the schools have made us comfortable with having a job and going to a job every day and working for somebody. Should you be comfortable? Of course you should be somewhat comfortable. But if you don't have your own investments, then you're not comfortable anymore. You're leaning more towards stuck. And stuck and comfortability can feel the same for a lot of people. Because when you're comfortable, you don't want to go anywhere. You want to stay still. But when you're stuck, you don't know if you can go anywhere. You're going to stay still. So, again, man, it's just a matter of opinion. Now, you could be, I'm not saying that there's no way that you can't be happy just working your whole life and being stuck in one place. It's the Adam and Eve theory. I tell them every time, it's the Adam and Eve theory. Would Eve have been happy if she never knew about, would Adam have been happy if he never knew about the apple? Would Adam been happy if he never knew about the apple? Or would he just be miserable, living a miserable life, doing the same stuff over and over again, and not knowing that there's other options? I don't know. Nobody, I don't know the answer. He said numbers don't lie. He's only there for his son. He lives during off season. Yeah, again, like I live. I mean, whenever my son go to his mother's house, that's when I do something. I was just thinking about it the other day. Random talk. We got some time. I was just thinking about it the other day. In the last 5 months, I took 4 trips. Each trip, at minimum, the flight costs $560, $550. Some of them cost more, some cost less, but the minimum is $550. $550 times 4, right? I spent almost $2,200 on flights in the last 5 months. Don't you know, every time I take a flight, it's a month that I could be staying and paying for rent somewhere in Colombia, in Brazil, in Thailand. I could just stay, not have to pay for the flight and pay rent. And I save more money. I spent like $530 for rent. Then I saved $1,500. So, it just, but because I'm still working, I'm able to do things like that when I can. But again, it's never the money. It's always about the task of raising my child. Is this live? Yes, Q, this is live. But LeBron invests money. Of course, if he does not, he will be broke again when he retires. If LeBron, I don't think LeBron can ever be broke again. His imagery is too much money in his own. But there are some people who feel like they got to keep working, and that's how they get you. That's part of the programming, to make you think you have to keep working in order to keep the lifestyle that you've known. And if you're trying to do it in the States, you might have to. In the States, you might have to keep working for some people. But when you have the mentality of understanding the entire world and understanding how real estate works and understanding how you can live a place and rent out one place and then live in the other and live in the same place for free, you don't think like that. Yeah, I don't think you think like that. I don't think of ever having to go broke. I just, and like I said, there's probably other ways. I'm not knocking other ways, stocks and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is that for me, I have not seen a better way than real estate to be able to live this lifestyle. Yeah, no. Yo, I see the new hire at the job. I work just wait. I seen the new hire at the job. I work just coming into work 64. Wait, I work just coming into work 64. Oh, no. Yo, a new hire at 64 is wild. That's wild business, bro. But again, a lot of people, because they don't know the world, they run out of money because the United States is too expensive to live on a base salary retirement. It is too expensive to live on a base salary retirement. It is necessary that you have some form of passive or some form of reoccurring income that you're not working for, that's through investments, in order to be able to retire in the United States. There's no other way around it. There is going to be no other way around it. I'm sorry, there's just no other way around it, y'all. So, and unfortunately, a lot of people never thought about that. They just thought about, they wanted a job to make them the most money, and then they get stuck. But it's just this guy, he man up, man. It's crazy. Put this money in the bank real quick. Pay these bills. Let me see. I'll get y'all comments a little bit too. All right, cool. Q, what it do? What's going on? I appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to show people a different way, man. Toxis, don't shoot up the blockchain. Looks like you ain't. That's crazy. Ricky! Money and assets, definitely. Guns and butter, baby. Guns and butter. And that was a great way to reach people who may not normally think like that. And that was a great way to do it. They did it. My bro looks mad about something. Where I'm from North New Jersey. Shout out to Brazil. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Boa tarde. It's 2:57, yeah. Money will allow you to have more and better experiences. That is correct. But it's not just money. It's passive income. It's cash flow. Those things allow you to have a better life, because you can have a bunch of money, and if that money runs out and you can't make more money, or you have no money going back into it, it's only temporary. Antonio, what's going on, man? Who started traveling after watching this guy's videos? I did. Appreciate that, Q. No, bro, you changed. Money never makes money change you. Wait. No, bro, you change money. Never make money change you. Is that a Players Club line, bro? Shane, no, is that a Players Club line? That's where a lot of people get weak. Money changes them. That's a fact, y'all. Shout out to 215 in the building. Hold it real quick. I know it's gonna look like a stunt, but I really need to figure out how much money I want to put in this ATM. 1 second, y'all. I just want to see how. I'm in South Orange, so I can do this a little bit real quick. Give me a second. Let me see. My card note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Card note. Credit card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there anything I want to pay? I want to put 100 in my account. Anything else I want to do? I do want to pay PSG a little bit. 1, 2. Let's pay PSG a little bit. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do? Anything else I gotta do? I don't think there's anything else I gotta do. Let me see. 51, 52, 53. Let's double check. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Let's just put an extra 100 there just in case. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, we Gucci there. Put that in the pockets. Pocket change. Simi, request some pocket change. Simi, I'll be right back, y'all. About to go drop this off in the bank real quick, y'all. All right. All right, y'all. I'm back, y'all. Um, God bless. Oh wow, who am I talking to, Flopper? I think I'm talking to myself. Have I ever been to the Philippines? No, not yet. During election time, sheesh, be careful. Oh, Pimp Skywalker. Now where I'm at is a different place. Let me show you guys real quick. Hold up. Let me show you guys real quick. Hold up. Flip this real quick. You see? This type of area I live in. I know. I tell everybody I technically live in Newark. I technically live in Newark, but my house is the last house before you get to this area right here. So, so that's why you see this area looking like this right here. I got a couple of activities coming up too. I think I'm going to be going for. I'll tell you guys while I'm driving. I think I'm going to be going to the United. It just sounds crazy with me saying this. I think I'm going to be going to the United Nations African and African Diaspora meeting. For those that don't know, I told you guys I'm a YouTube shorts creator. There's about like 60 of us in the United States right now. There's about 60 of us they chose from the United States to be shorts creators, and they tell us a lot of events that's coming up. They got a couple of events like with Ace A Boogie with the hoodie. They got a couple other events, and one event at Asbury Park I'm going to, I believe, next Friday or this Friday coming up. He's behind me real quick. Come on, make a turn. Oh no. Hold on a second, y'all. So they have a United Nations African and African Diaspora Black meeting at the United Nations. I'm a little cautious about it because I don't know what kind of security clearance you're going to need for that to go into the United Nations building. But I haven't heard them say anything about fingerprinting or anything like that. So I signed up for it, and I should hear back next week if I'm going to the United Nations African Conference with leaders from all over Africa and some leaders from the United States. But we'll see. We'll see. That'll be I'll know about that next week. And then that's on the 25th. And then on the 20th, I'll be in Asbury Park at Shade TV, some kind of musical thing with some lady. But it's gonna be fun. I got a lot of activities I signed up for. So it should be a fun time while I'm not traveling as much as I've been traveling. Going to different YouTube events and things like that. Silky Silly, what's going on? I'm from New Jersey, man. New Jersey. George, what up, man? Okay, Joe. Nasir, what up? Can't pronounce the Russian name. What's going on? Jamin says, a man. Oh, you can't. Okay, that's crazy. 1 second, y'all. Is this Lamar Odom? It's throwing stones and hiding your hand in a way. I don't think it's throwing stones and hiding your hand in a way. The reason why is because throwing stones is when you directly speak to somebody without saying their name. Like if I put up an instant like say, hey, I can't stand people who go on and do fundraisers, knowing that your channel is a fundraiser. That's hiding your hand. That's throwing a stone and hiding your hand. But if I say, hey, this is why I don't like fundraising, that's the difference in saying I don't like the people who do it, but this is the reason why I don't like it. And that's just speaking on the actual something that somebody's doing and not the person. I think when a person makes something personal is when they go from saying I wouldn't do this because of this versus anybody that does this is this. That's where I think it takes it to a more personal level than just criticizing the methodology of something, like or the method of how you make money or something like that. Again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm definitely not saying there's a right or wrong. So that's just that. Let me see. Shamika Williams says, that may be true, but you also want to teach him responsibility and know how to handle situations where they're able to carry out without bringing each other's down or people trying to harm them. That's fact. But at the same token, certain things I think you can't teach. Certain things I think you can't teach. You can give people options of ways they can take, but the teaching comes in when they're applying it and they're learning which way works best for them. So they have to experience it, and that's where a lot of people mess up. They try to teach people stuff, but you can't teach somebody something if they never experienced it. It's very improbable for that to be a thing. You know what I mean? Because it's very unlikely for them to learn unless they experience it. Now you can teach them what options they have. Hey, if somebody says something with you, you have a couple options. Here's your options. You could do nothing and give them no gratitude. If somebody says something in the chat, you can do nothing and give them no gratitude. If somebody says something in the chat, you can respond angrily and show emotion. You can also respond in an intellectual way. Or you can respond by going to their house, finding out who they are, beating them up, killing them, going to jail, or deleting them and going to jail. So you have options you can take. Now what option they choose is up to them. I think you just have to show what the consequences for each option could be. So just show what the consequences for each option would be, and then let them decide. I'm sleepy. DMR, I finally got DMR. What's going on? Have I been to Barbados? No, not yet. I've been to Turks and Caicos, DR, and Bahamas, not Barbados, Bahamas. Riley Joe, what's going on? Don't take Zelle for rent. I do take Zelle for rent. From some of my tenants, but my older tenants are like, I don't like it because that means if I'm overseas, I got to get like somebody else to pick up the rent, which sucks sometimes because then they got to get a receipt and I got to make sure everything's right. But honestly, I try to get my older tenants for like 2-3 years to switch over to at least Zelle or Cash App to pay me rent. But unfortunately, I don't want to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but a lot of older folks are not comfortable. And then one of them, my older Jamaican guy, he actually had his son send me rent once, but it was an error with how much he sent and stuff. So now I don't mind just going and checking on the house and picking it up myself. It works. But yeah, most of my tenants are on either Zelle or Cash App or Venmo. So most of my tenants have other electronic means to pay me rent, but one or two of them, it is what it is. It is what it is. As long as they get it there, it is what it is. Finally made it back home. Hopefully we get to the end of these comments. This has been a long Jeep talk, but it's good to have this conversation with y'all. Probably go in the house. I really want to play some video games, but we'll see. We'll see. Something tells me today is going to be a questionable day if everyone starts to watch that live. That was pretty amazing yesterday. This is going to be a questionable day on YouTube. I figured let me get my Jeep talk out of the way before the madness occurs. Let me get my Jeep talk out of the way. Ooh-wee. Again, shout out to International Zoe. And International Zoe had that saying where he was like, we should have a 30 days of peace in the community, in the YouTube community. But again, you can never tell another man how to react to how another man says something. So it is what it is. Come on with the Oxford definitions, bro. Programming is brainwashing. Navigator, you have to be happy in the inside before finding on the out. That's a great way to say it. Again, that's if you're just walking in and this is going coming towards the end of this Jeep Talk. This is Jeep Talk episode 33, I believe. If all you got is money, what do you really have? And kind of like what Navigator says, you got to be happy on the inside before finding it on the outside. And I think a lot of times when people are not happy on the inside, it shows by how they react on the outside. I hope you got that because it sounded kind of like gimmicky. But people who are not truly happy on the inside, you'll see it by how they react on the outside. You'll never see me, you know, throwing the fact that I got money in front of people's face. I may explain to somebody like, hey, this is the process I took, and this is why I'm able to speak. But you'll never see me throwing money in somebody's face, especially somebody who I believe may have less money than me. It's beneath me. But yeah. And I think I'm too happy inside to even beef or be upset at anybody. Again, these are all just opinions. These are all just ideas. NC Matt, what up? What up, dog? I don't even know what that is. Yes, it did. It did. Big Chuck. I hear the real estate in Miami is not selling because of high fees. The internet, the condo market. I can only speak for the condo market because that's what I have. The condo market is not selling because there are a lot of people who don't want to risk a high assessment fee. Now, what's happening is that the mayor and the governor is being pressured because they made laws that caused this thing to crash because of the Sunside, the Seaside, whatever that the building that fell down and some people died. They made laws that are now forcing, and the thing is this, they're not forcing us out, us young folks who rent the properties out, because people still want to live there. The rent, what? You lose a tenant in Miami Beach, you get a tenant the next day. You get a tenant the next day. People still want to live in Miami Beach. But who what this law is doing is it's booting all of the old people on fixed income out because they live there. So they're not even getting income from where they live in Miami Beach and in Miami and Florida. They're not getting income. But the people who are getting income, it takes a big hit. I make about $500 a month. A little bit over 400, actually. $450 a month. No, actually 500 now. Yeah. I make about $500 a month on my condo in Miami by renting it out. Just renting it out. It pays its fees. It pays for everything. It pays for the HOA fee. It pays for the mortgage. It pays for the for any other fees that's with it. I think it's only HOA and mortgage and insurance. It pays for all those fees, and then I get $500 on top of that for just having the thing. So for just having my place in Miami, that $500 is my flight to anywhere every month. I can go somewhere every month. That's just that one place, and that's the lowest money I make on any of my places. So for me, if the mortgage goes up another $600, I'm still good. I might lose $100 a month, but that's nothing because it's still paying the mortgage off. But a lot of these older folks that live in their units, they on a fixed income. They can't afford a $600 increase, an $800 increase, a $1,000 increase. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Battle of the fittest at this point. Brangenton, Florida is blowing up. I'm not even sure I heard about that part. B-Dub says, give me Riz back, pal. That's crazy. Hey, baby, so what's going on? I'll teach you to have motions. Pause. Jazz, shalom. KRS-One, okay. Are you related? No. HBG says, you sure you have that name correct? What name was I talking about? I might have said it wrong. I don't know. And all right, y'all. I made all the way to the end of the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this long Jeep Talk. Again, this has been Jeep Talk episode 33. If all you have is money, what do you really have? I hope you guys understood the message. It's kind of long and drawn out, but I'm about to go get home and just relax. Enjoy this beautiful day, maybe. I don't know. And hopefully I go to get to see this Dominican woman before I pick my little man up. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.